The Leo and Danny show.
Yeah, man, I've done that so many times. I don't know why, but it's so satisfying.
I've pulled two, we'll call them hit and runs in my life, where I tell one of these stories on my Patreon, and the girls I had sex with series. There was this chick I met in Vegas. When I used to be a part of the Team Alpha Male social orbit, we'd go to Vegas all the time for fights. One of them we were out there for, I think Uriah Faber was fighting. It was like summer in Vegas. We're in a club, and there's this really slutty blonde girl that knows another one of the guys that's like in the orbit. And I hear that she fucked a fighter named Little Alex the night before.
Alex. What did Little Alex look like?
Little Alex is in the club with us. It's funny you should ask, Leo. I look over. Little Alex is so little that he's standing up on our booth sofa so he can be at eye level with the rest of the guests. Little Alex was
like
5'1".
5'1"?
He was 5'1".
Oh my god!
Little
like
Alex. I heard Little Alex also fucked Paige Van Zandt too.
What?
Paige Van Zandt's arguably the hottest girl in MMA.
Wow.
He must have some serious game, be packing, or
how did he fuck her?
Because I know he's not rich, or I know he doesn't have any stuff.
Well, yeah, you have like a lot of shit you've heard about the MMA. Didn't you say that Ronda Rousey banged what's his name, the guy that owns the MMA?
Dana White and Brendan Schaub. Yeah,
she banged Brendan Schaub.
But she did. But this night, yeah, that's not even controversy. They dated.
Yeah, they dated.
I decided that because this girl banged Little Alex, who's again jumping up and down on the sofa, it was unbelievable. It was like a kindergartner bouncing up and down on his mom's bed. That's how Alex was behaving. This girl's obviously a fucking tramp. So I go back with this dude called Big Freddy.
What? Big Freddy and Little Alex, dude?
It's funny, I never thought of that before. That there were two guys who were friends, Big Freddy and Little Alex. Yeah. Big Freddy, his other nickname, as people called him, Where the Wild Things Are, because he looked like just one of those fucking monsters. His face was totally flat. He was Samoan or Tongan or something weird.
One of those big dudes.
He looked like one of the statues on Easter Island brought to life. Or like one of the wild things. He takes me back. It's me, him, and then these three girls. One of whom is the girl that Little Alex fucked. And one, I don't remember, but one just had, it looked like she had a straight up cannonball sewn into her abdomen, or she was 9 months pregnant.
Whoa.
She just had this fucking bulge.
She had like a belly?
She had the biggest belly. She was like
grotesque.
She was like one of those little kids in Africa that's got malnutrition.
She could have been a tumor?
Does a tumor get that big?
Yeah,
I would hope she would have gotten that extracted.
Well, it could have been just a benign, huge, fat deposit of tumor.
My girlfriend is also telling me she used to work with a girl at a restaurant who was 6 months pregnant and didn't know because she was so fat. Oh. So it might have just been like that. But this girl, it was all in her belly, so there's really no excuse. You would have noticed this bump evolving. Yeah. We go in there, and I forget what I even did. I took my girl into the bathroom, just bent her over the sink. That wasn't spectacular. But after I fucked her, I came back into the room, and I was like, boy, you know what, guys? I really worked up an appetite. I got a hankering for some fast food. There's that food court down in New York. Do you guys want anything to eat? And then the girl that I fucked is like, yeah, there's the Subway down there. If you could just give me a meatball sub. I was like, done. Yeah, girl in the middle. Okay, yeah, just a slice of cheese pizza, no problem. And you over there, ice cream at this hour? Might have to get it from the hotel gift
Big
store.
Freddy?
I'll be right back. No, this is the girl with the belly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She was eating for two, so she needed the calories. Big Freddy, I don't remember what he wanted. But I was like, yeah, guys, I'm going to be right back up. I'm going to go get everything. I get it in the hallway, full sprint to the elevator, full sprint to the cab line. I'm fucking gone.
I knew.
And I don't.
No cell phone. They can call you. Did anybody have your contact information?
Here's how I figured out what had happened afterwards. I saw Big Freddy. It was the night before Uriah fought. So this was like the 2 nights before the fight is when I fucked the girl in the bathroom. I see Big Freddy at the pre-party the next night. He's like, Danny, hit and run. Hit and run. And then he starts telling me, God forbid, that after I left, he fucked the fat girl.
No, the one with the bump?
The one with the pregnant stomach. He was like, yeah, man, she was a little round around the waist, but I started fucking hitting the pussy, and I was like, dang, that felt good. That pussy felt good. I think he just... And also, I forgot to add, these girls had an industrial-sized pack of Durex condoms on their nightstand.
That's disgusting. They were just ready for some cock, huh?
They were like buzzards. Austin might appreciate this reference, but in the Ocarina of Time Legend of Zelda game, Isn't there a bunch of like witches that fly around on brooms and shit?
Yeah.
They were just like a pack of witches that flew to Vegas just to
fucking get some young guy. And they had the privilege of having sex with the great Danny Mullen.
Before he was great.
Wow.
They got me while the stock was low.
Would you say, I mean...
More importantly, they had sex with the great little Alex.
Yeah, the great little Alex and the great big Freddie. Big Freddie?
Yeah,
Big Freddie and little Alex should have double teamed a girl. They probably did.
He even gave him the compliment that, damn, the pussy felt good.
Good. I mean, yeah, man. I have friends who always say things like that. You're like, any ass look good. I have one, Tapia, my buddy, he's just always like, any ass look good bent over. He's always saying that. Like, he likes taking girls. Like, he's a good-looking guy, and he'll get, like, attention from attractive girls, and he'll take home a fucking wildebeest every time because he says he has sexual freedom with the wildebeest. He could just be like, "Gack on my dick right now. Turn over.
Yeah.
Touch your toes.
Yeah.
Let me come on your face." So he has the freedom to be who he wants to be with the behemoths.
It's nice too because if you bring a 10 back from the bar, and I'm not saying a 10 Playboy
Gotta eat her
model
pussy for a while.
I'm just saying not even eat her pussy, but if you bring back a girl who has a good job and has a great fucking body and a smart and athletic, beautiful face, it's not a one night stand.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to resist having her over a second night, then a third, and then 6 months later, fast forward, you're fucking dating.
Yep.
So if you want to maintain your independence and freedom, sometimes it's good.
Absolutely.
To just fuck ugly girls. I used to have this thing where if I was on a date with a girl, the moment she exposed some sort of unavoidable, unlook-overable flaw, I would silently fist pump and say, fuck yes.
And you'd get into douchebag mode? You'd
Yeah,
start being like,
I'd get in douchebag mode too. But it was just all the pressure of being like Mr. Cool was off. The idea that I was going to have a fucking girlfriend and be off the market for a year and a half was gone.
Yeah.
Because this girl, I could smell her pussy or she wasn't conjugating her verbs right. Mm-hmm. And I knew from that moment on that there was no...
So stinky vagina is a deal breaker for you?
And stinky vagina?
Yeah.
Does any guy love
No, I'm
vaginas?
saying like you wouldn't even be like, maybe she didn't shower today. Maybe she was in a hurry and came straight from the gym, a little salty down there, and it smells. But, you know, given the right circumstances, maybe she's pleasant smelling. You wouldn't ever give her the benefit of the doubt?
I'd give her a second chance. I used to have the Austin syndrome, though. Austin, for anybody who's listening and they don't remember what I always reprimand him for, he just fucks once and then he wants nothing else to do with a girl.
Yeah, he only has sex with drug addicts once or twice, and then he kicks them out the door. If they can go to rehab, the better for him, but he doesn't care.
And I was the same way when I was his age. So, yeah, a girl probably wouldn't have gotten a second chance if she had a stinky puss.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I would still always, because I would try to, like, I would have sex with a lot of unattractive girls, but then I would start not enjoying it that much. So then I'd go, you know, I'd try to find a girl that, like, you know, I really was attracted to, and then I'd fucking end up dating her. That's what happens. So I fell into that.
It's annoying not having your freedom. What is it about guys, too? It's when you're fucking hooking up with a chick and you're not really into it, there's something about the male genital brain. Mm-hmm. Cows have two stomachs, men have two brains.
100%.
The head brain and the genital brain. And the genital brain is a fucking liar.
Yeah, he is a liar.
The genital brain, a girl will text you and you don't want to hang out. It's like a Tuesday night. You just want to smoke a joint and watch some football. There's no football on Tuesdays. It's a Monday night. You want to smoke a joint and watch some footballs. The girl texts you like, "Hey, I really miss you right now." It's like, you just immediately, the genital brain starts texting, "Oh, baby, I miss you too. I so wish you were here right now. I would give anything to be with you instead of watching this primetime football game with a marijuana cigarette in my mouth." That's a lie. And that one's a little bit harmless. But then it turns into shit like... You're planning before you go out, like, okay, I'm going to break up with Tiffany. I'm going to break it off with Tiffany because her and I have nothing in common. Tiffany shows up. You drink a couple Budweisers. Next thing you know, baby, I want to take the next step with you. Mm-hmm. Like, who's coming up with this shit right now? It's the genital brain.
Yeah. What about, well, when you have sex with girls, what about, like, just general, how do you feel when you have sex with girls you're not really that attracted to? I don't think it's that healthy. In many ways. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to remember the last girl I had sex with and I wasn't that attracted to.
I could probably tell you. Wasn't it the one that you described in one of our first podcasts?
The wildebeest.
Yes.
The first podcast.
What do we call her? The
warthog.
The warthog. if you had
You earned points, Austin.
He knows everything about us, bro. He knows me better than most of my friends, to be completely honest.
The podcast producer should know the nickname of the ugly girl I fucked and talked about on the first podcast.
It's a good podcast. But
that was absolutely a traumatizing experience for me.
it sounded like she raped you.
She objectively raped me. She
mounted you, man.
I gave her permission to give me a blowjob, and that was it. And I looked away for 1 second, and she was on top of me with my penis in her.
That's scary.
And my roommate licked her fucking asshole.
Yeah, just to be an asshole, huh? Just to be striking.
He's a young guy. He was in college. He was on the rugby team. He's used to trying to prove himself for the older, cooler guys, which I clearly am.
You are.
So he wanted to prove he was a sexual jackal.
Yeah.
And he one-upped me.
Bastard.
He looked me right in the eye before he did it, too, which can only mean he was doing it for me, not for her.
What a great day for her, though, you know?
It was a double team, if you guys aren't picking up on that.